we have to be eco-friendly. We have to consider the planet. You know, I say something like, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your community, take care of our planet, you know. Um, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm probably missing one of the sentences, but that was like a really important thing that, like, you know, we have to consider these things. It's like we have to be hyper aware.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, yeah, no, it does. And it's amazing because that's, I think, the only way that the industry will truly find more innovative, more sustainable, more accessible ways. And a huge thing on my channel as well is not really accepting the bare minimum and pushing brands pretty hard, because it's with that push and also setting an example to other brands as well of like what can be accomplished that will
mm-hmm.
really create like the necessary change. And I mean, the amount of waste that the cosmetics industry creates is insane. It's just absolutely nuts, and something that I think really needs to be addressed. And so seeing you kind of push for that with more innovative forms of like the refillable packaging and using PCR is amazing as well. Also, I wanted to say this is my favorite product from you so far. One of the reasons I love this one, the humidifying one. So I live in Hawaii. It's so humid here. It's crazy humid. And I noticed in your skincare routine, you were talking about like the importance of humidity and how you kind of wanted to focus on that. And I never see any brand ever focus on humidity. So like what kind of inspired that? Or like what was the reason you wanted to focus so much on that?
Because I always notice that, like, whenever it's super humid, like your skin just like tightens, it breathes, and it just, you know, in the skincare world, they refer to it as being dewy.
Yeah.
For us, we just like, we, you know, we say humidifying
Mm-hmm.
because it looks fresh. You can achieve the same thing by taking like a nice warm 20 to 30 minute really warm Epsom salt bath, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you get out, your skin is like porcelain. And
Yeah.
that's that humidity. You
Yeah.
know, it opens up the pores, and then and it's like as soon as you're done, your skin just like locks up.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always appreciated that about like the conditions in Miami and also in Virginia. Virginia, man, the humidity is so thick, it's like you can cut it with a knife. And by the way, when I visited Hawaii, like on just to vacation and just take a break, that's what I've loved about it as well. You know, it's the Pacific. I
Yeah.
love the Atlantic. I'm partial. It's the Pacific, but it's very, very humid. And I
Yeah.
think when you look at like the elders there, they all look so young. You
Uh,
know, they're always 20 to 25, 30 years much younger than what they say their age is. And that's like that's a code, you
mhm.
know? That's like a real important code. And so, you know, I'm sure that's probably what's got to do with you and your condition, you know, and I'm sure that that's something you talk about all the time. And people look at you funny because the natural assumption is, oh, you know, humidity is going to do this to your hair. Well, like I bleach my hair sometimes, you know, I'm
Yeah.
different. I'm left to center. I bleach my hair. I wear goatee. I I don't know why. I just feel like I can, but I know what that humidity does to my skin. I'm sure you know what it is, you know, what humidity does to you and all those beautiful people in Hawaii. I mean, they
Yeah.
look that way for a reason.
Yep. It's so true. And funny enough, I used to struggle with really bad breakouts all over my face that would just never go away. The first time I went to Pacific Island, it just boom, immediately cleared up. My skin was so happy. And I was like, okay, I need to live in an environment that's humid. But I love that you focus on that, because I think a lot of people kind of like uh, devalue the importance of like having good, like humid, like being in a good, humid environment, whether you're creating that itself for your skin or whether you're actually in that environment or not, because it makes such a huge difference on the skin. And I love that you're focusing on it in such a different way too, because yeah, like I said, I've just never noticed brands, and I talk about it literally all the time in my videos, and people are like, we get it, it's humid, you live in Hawaii, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it really does play such a huge role, and finding skincare products that also work in complement with that environment is important, which that was kind of the big test for this one. Is I was like, okay, is it going to withstand humidity? Am I going to sweat it out because it's super hot here? And it didn't. So yeah, just
Thank you.
great job with that one. And I love that that's one of your focuses.
Bro, that means the world coming from you. Because honestly, you know, let's just call it what it is. Like, you make or break brands, you know, so to have that come from you, you know, a guy who really just wants to make skincare accessible to all people. Like, what you do is another level. It's what we aspire to do at Human Race, one category at a time. We want to dispel all the stereotypes, get down to the bare truth, and educate people as much as we can to let them know that they're welcome. Like, I don't care what your genitalia is, or if you have one, or if you identify with what goes along with it textbook wise. You know what I care about is that you have a heart, and that you have a mind, and that you have ambitions to be acknowledged and respected and counted. That's Human Race for me.
Yeah.
So, like, to hear you say all those things, and again, for you to do this for us, like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for all that you're doing.
Of course. Wow. Thank you so much for that. I mean, yeah, I won't lie. I have very picky standards when it comes to skincare products. The majority of them just kind of don't fall into place. And that's why I was really nervous with this one. I was like, I honestly don't know how it's going to be, but thankfully it's been such a good experience. And with all the products, I've been able to try all of them, but specifically this one. And I just also wanted to say thank you for what you're doing in terms of male representation, for talking about the importance of skincare, but also watching your Vogue React skincare video. You were talking about the importance of Black people and people of color wearing sunscreen, which is so important. And it makes me so mad that those communities have been neglected from the importance and the messaging and the safety of like taking care of your skin from the sun, protecting your skin. And I think it's so awesome. And I think what you're doing is the representation that we need, because I can tell people all day long to wear sunscreen, but having, having, a Black person, a person of color, someone from, those communities speaking about that goes so much further than like what I could ever do. So thank you for doing that. I just wanted to say that's awesome.
No, thank you. And it's important. I mean, my dermatologist, Dr. Elena Jones, she told me a long time ago, like, we are gifted with the melanin that's in our skin, but we too are not, we are not exempt from the effects of like UV rays and, the things that really come down on us in terms of, the things that are harmful about our beautiful day star called the sun. The thing is SPF for the face is important, and SPF for the body is important too.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate, like you said, that for so long, this divisive marketing, it seemed like it's only really marketed toward like, white women, not even white men, and let alone like minorities. Like, there's never been any kind of real consideration for how important taking care of your skin has been. That's not what a lot of the big corporations have. They haven't fostered that information correctly. They haven't taught us. But that's why you're here. That's why I'm here, and a bunch of other brands that we also respect that are out there, that our colleagues and peers, like they're working on it too. But it's going to take all of us.
Yeah.
Hyram, is going to take all of us to just continue to educate everybody, and that's why it's not done yet and it's not ready. But we do have. SPF for the face, and we do have an SPF for the body. It's all coming.
Yeah, I heard in the last stream that was Dr. Elena, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I heard that, like, because that's my biggest thing is like, I mean, obviously it's so difficult to launch with a sunscreen because the amount of regulation and everything it takes is just such a pain. But I'm so glad that you are working on one, and I'm super excited because again, I'm super principled, and I love supporting brands that are principled, brands that aren't afraid to take a position, to take a social stance, to talk about social issues. And immediately I remember hearing about your brand, and I was like, oh, HumanRace, that sounds cool. I went to the Instagram and immediately saw all the diversity, and I was like, okay, I'm already on board.
Thank you.
This looks awesome.
Thank you. Nah, we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I don't want to take your time for too long. Thank you so much for doing this live stream with me. It's awesome. And yeah, just for creating the products and all that you do. I think it's so, so cool.
Thank you again. Thanks to your whole entire platform, all of your intentions, and look forward, man. Maybe we can do something together at some point.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm totally down. Just let me know. Again, like I said, I'm all about supporting principled brands. And so you've already ticked that box for me, so I totally love
Thank you.
something.
Thank you. And by the way, those faces that you see, those are more than just faces and skin. Those are amazing spirits and people who do great things. And your face very well could be one of them, man. So we should talk about it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any way I can be involved would be honestly amazing. So thank you.
Thank you then, bro.
Awesome.
Have a blessed day, and we'll speak soon.
You too. I'll talk
Okay.
to you later. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Rachel.